IFS channel. So today I will be going through my Amazon interview experience and I will share you some insights regarding the whole process and how my interview went. Okay, so let's get started. So the profile which I got selected is for SD1 and the interview process consisted of three rounds, two technical and third one was technical plus HR. It depends on the situation, how you apply to the profile. It was on campus for me, and so if it is an off campus interview, it might be some 4 or 5 rounds and like 3 to 4 with bar raiser something like that. So for me, it was two technical, three technical, and in third round there was some HR questions also. So, coming to my first round, they asked me two questions. So, first one was some modification of rotten oranges one. So, it was nearly same as the rotten oranges. You can use the same approach. So, you can understand the question is some kind of rotten oranges after seeing the question itself. And so, they provided me an editor. It consisted of say basic indentation functionalities features, so you can write the code. You won't get any problem while writing the code, and you are supposed to write only the functionality of the code, so functionality of the problem statement. So just write the only the function, so we are not asked to run the code at any point of time. And then the second question was based on a greedy question like scheduling problem. I don't remember the question exactly, but it was something related to some railway platform scheduling question. Okay, so the interview went for 1 hour, and after having the coding question solved, so the interview asked me, given me chance to ask some questions, and after some discussion, so got results. So and then I was moved forward to the second round. So in the second round, the same pattern. So two coding questions, and first question was based on some array question we are supposed to find the maximum subarray in the given array which consists of all the distinct elements. So you can solve this question by using some two pointer approach like sliding window question. And the next question was based on tree, and you are supposed to print a layer or traversal of the tree, but it is not exactly the layer or traversal, but it is something related to zigzag traversal, and there were some modifications to it. So if you can solve the zigzag level order traversal question, so then you can solve this. So and after each question, please dry run the code and present the what is your approach to the interviewer specifically clearly. Okay, and try to discuss the questions that your approach with the interviewer clearly. And coming to my third round, there were two coding questions as this, and they asked me some HR questions also. So coming to the coding questions, the first question was based on some linked list type, and they gave me a linked list. Um, and it contains, suppose if a number is 1999, so the linked list will contain 1999 in each nodes, and 1 will be the head and 9 will be the tail, and you are supposed to add 1 to the linked list. So if you add 1 to 1999, it will be 2000, right? So like that, so that linked list should get changed to 2000. Okay, so and there are many constraints on this question, so you are supposed to solve it in using um, means you are supposed to solve it in order of n time and order of one space. Like you can't take any extra space, you can't do it very custom, something like that. There were many constraints. After having some discussion, long discussion, I came up with my approach. And the second question was based on some DB dynamic programming, and they gave me a Boolean matrix, which consists of zeros and ones. And at any, if you encounter any one in at any point in the matrix, so you have to change the total row and total column to zeros. I provided the approach, and it was not satisfied, and I provided another approach. Like at last, I was only able to provide the suboptimal one, not the optimal one. But still, the interviewer was convinced. And after giving the suboptimal, he asked me to write the code, and they will. You can assume the things while writing the code. Some like some basic things you can assume, and provide whatever are the assumptions. Or if you are having doubt whether to assume some particular things, please ask the interviewer, like if they mentioned me only matrix. They didn't mention the dimensions of that. So I asked them like n by n or m by n, something like that. So be clear with any doubt you get through the process. Like like I said. And coming to the HR questions, they asked me like situational based questions, like usual questions like given a situation, like what are the difficult situation you went through and how you came out of it, and what are the major decisions you have taken at any point of time, something like that. So there are many approaches to give the answers to the question. Best approach is using the star format. Always try to give in the star format, and even the Amazon interview preparation docs, you will get the same thing mentioned in the interview process slides which they provide. So yeah, so try to provide the solution, whatever the situation based question answers to situational based questions using the star format only. So it will make the question, it will make the answer very precise, so he can understand the exact situation. So yeah, so that's it regarding the third round. And it went for quite long, like 1.5, nearly 1 hour 50 minutes to 1.5 hour. So we had a long discussion on second question and on HR questions, and later he asked me to ask any questions if I have. So it went somewhat long. Yeah. So coming to the key points in the interview process. So be prepared for every type of DSA question. And in my interview, they didn't ask me any questions like related to OOPS, OS, SQL, and anything. And it wasn't only based on DSA and HR questions. And go through the leadership principles of Amazon, and go through each and every principle, like how they incorporate each and every leadership principle in their work life. If you have any doubts, ask them in the interview, so you can make the interview process more interactive. And yeah, so don't forget this. Uh, Go through the leadership principles of Amazon clearly. And the time complexity. So after writing every code, so write the time complexity and space complexity at the bottom of the code, so that, and also explain them why it is uh, why the question is of order of n time and order of n space, something like that. So be specific to every point, be clear, and explain the total approach whatever you have written with them. And also don't forget to write on the code, take some test cases, and write on the test cases with the code, and make sure you cover every end case. And so if you can explain the things with him, you means 99.9% you can cover all the things, because while explaining the things will get more clear. So that's why try explaining the code while writing. Okay. So that is the main point. And be interactive and friendly, so interviews will be very cool, and they will make the interview process very smooth. And don't take tension, because it will ruin the whole interview process. And and so yeah, ask some related questions, like if you are having any questions on the leadership principle, because you are going to some of the docs regarding the Amazon, right? What are the questions you get in your mind? So ask them in the interview process. Ask, it's like feel it as an opportunity to meet an Amazonian. And yeah, you can ask any questions related to work, and anything regarding the work culture and how the things get deployed, or anything. And yeah, so the questions thing is something I really wanted you to focus on, because it will make the interview process more interactive, like other than anything. Because the in the interview process you'll going through the lot of questions like coding, HR, some subject questions like this, but you will get only chance to be interactive with them when they ask you to ask questions. So yeah, so this is the main point which you can take chance for making the interview process, total interview good. Yeah, so be confident throughout the process. The interview will go smoothly, because everyone is cool, and they will try to listen what is your approach, what are your ideas, like that. So even they will answer whatever questions you ask them. And yeah, so thank you for staying with me this long. Okay, so if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box, and if possible, I will try to make another video based on the questions. and please like, share, subscribe.